Good morning, dear members of Congress. My name is Dmitry, I am from Moscow, Russia, and I'm very pleased to be here. For me, this is the first high-profile speech before an international audience. I came here because last year I was strongly impressed by the meeting with Kid Boss. This wonderful enthusiast shows us by example that all who care about the problem of stuttering should share their experiences of fixing stuttering and to support those who lose faith in themselves. So I decided that my story, and the story of my friends of course, could be useful to someone. I hope I'm learning a lot here to improve my own verbal behavior and find like-minded people. I am 28 years old. I am an engineer and an expert of certification of airport ground equipment. Most of my life I've been stuttering. I think for all stutterers, stuttering is the tragedy of unspoken thoughts. Stuttering is a prison without walls. Stuttering did not allow me to open myself. For example, I love music. I play the guitar and the piano and the drums. I really wanted to feel free on stage. Do not just play, sing, but also talk with the audience. I tried to fix stuttering 8 times. 8 times. But nowhere I achieved sustainable and long-term results. Nowhere. These attempts undermined myself in the possibility of healing. In March 2010, I was already an adult and parents brought me to the Арлилия center. Realizing how much is to do, I wanted to leave after the first session. Yes, that's true. I was sure that once again it will not work. But somehow I stayed, and I do not regret. I've been talking like that. Pay attention on the screen.
Oh, the voice. Sound.
Меня зовут Дмитрий, мне 25 лет, немного осетинская.
Okay.
Okay. The technique of Арлилия. Okay.
Сейчас эксперт по аэросной технике. Заикаюсь как тренер, это называется рождение. Когда начал говорить. Основной причиной развития заикания, как у нас, как бы мы поняли, да? Это
The technique of Арлилия allows not stutter from the very first day of the treatment. And then, step by step, we learn a new speech pattern in the therapy room under the guidance of the therapist, Marina Sokolova, and in everyday life. Particular attention is paid to those situations in life where it was hard to talk before. Fixing the stuttering was not easy. It's a really big job. It was very hard on a regular basis to come out that I'm treating from stuttering in front of strangers, doing the necessary exercises. Periodically, I come upon across their pity or was just afraid of their reaction, how it may be. But all these things shall give a great opportunity to realize my identity. But we do not just learn to speak without stuttering. Under the expert guidance on effective communication, we worked on our verbal and non-verbal behavior. We discussed how to build a dialogue with the people, how to talk on the phone, to keep in front of public, and more and more and more. Now, 4 years later, I'm talking good everywhere. It's hard to describe my feelings, because stuttering is no longer imposes its power over me. I talk a lot at work. I travel a lot. I speak in Russian and in English. And on stage, not only play, but also the leading entertainer. The new speech gave me a lot of new interests. I'm working on my voice. I enjoy reading aloud. I make the first steps to ensure that I truly enjoy the public appearances. Арлилия gave me a very important thing. Thanks to the new speech, I found a solid basis on which I am now able to build wherever I want. In terms of my professional work activities, results in Арлилия is invaluable. Numerous telephone calls, travel, during which I have so much to say, including English, and more. It's not a problem. Can I still boast of one of my favorite speech success? October 22nd, our center celebrates the World Day of Stutterers. Last year, I participated in the competition among the speakers whose stuttering was cured, and won there in few nominations. I'll tell you about this contest. It consisted on 3 stages. It checked our ability to speak freely, to improvise, to express our thoughts clearly, and communicate with an audience. The first stage, a home preparation on the topic, what is it good for me? The second phase, to tell a story about how to fix the stuttering in Арлилия with the mandatory use of the 3 idioms. This we received directly by drawings, lots before the actual performance. The third and the most difficult step, improvisational appeal to the target audience, which also recognizes the contestant chosen by a lot on stage. For example, speech therapists who stutter themselves or their relatives. I appeal to the world community. It was very interesting. Please pay attention on the scene again.
Среди за речи.
Sorry.
Это вся мировая общественность. Я вообще не представлял, как я буду, что я буду говорить. Люди. Сегодня 22 октября. Всемирный день заикающихся. Это не праздник, потому что праздновать особо нечего. Это не день памяти павших на этом поле битвы. Это просто день, когда вы можете сказать себе: я помню, что на свете есть люди, которые заикаются. И я помню, что это не люди, которым нужна жалость, которым нужно...
Okay. And now I will translate you what I said. People, Today, October 22nd, is the World Day of Stutter. It's not a holiday because there is nothing much to celebrate. It's not a day of remembrance of the fallen on the battlefield. It's just a day when you can say, I remember that there are people who stutter. And I remember that there are not the people who need pity, that need to compassionate in some ways or something like that. It is about all the people who truly know the price of the ability to express their thoughts. And from this, it became even more valuable. It's like a lot of streams which are closed with clay or sand, wasn't able to out. If you help them do that, then we will have a new sea. It may be comparable to the world's oceans. It will be a sea of truly talented people who have had very hard way and has really, I repeat, know the value of what they are saying, what they do, for where they stand, and those people whom they will lead. Once again, I congratulate you on the 22nd of October. Thank you for us to know. I hope you will be interested to hear the very first winner in the history of speakers of Арлилия, Denis Kovalев. Denis had been stuttering since childhood, and from childhood wished to become a director. When he came to the Film Institute, he was told that stuttering will not run in the movies because of the constant stress. Denis corrected in the Арлилия, and now he has successfully learned 2 of the most famous courses in the Russian Film Institute. He actively practiced in his profession and is planning to make a film about stuttering, about how people change when he gets rid of stuttering and finds the freedom of speech and personality. По-моему, сейчас идет, ну?
Меня зовут Денис.
This is first speech.
Родился на севере Казахстана, учился потом в России, в Челябинске, на социолога. Вот, а сейчас я в Москве. И какое-то время вообще не мог говорить, то есть у меня был ступор. Я бегу за друзьями, за ребятами, я хочу играть с ними. Я не боюсь упасть, не боюсь, что у меня будут содраны коленки. Жажда познать, она сильнее этого. У меня есть родители, я ощущаю их заботу и поддержку, я защищен ими. И я просто уверен, что мир вокруг, он безграничен, интересен. И на самом деле так же происходит и в мире Арлилия. Успех у того, кто, как и 5-летний ребенок, будет открыт методике.
Okay. Well, Denis is my very good friend, and I'm a little missing him being here. But thank you for your attention anyway. My opponent in the contest also was Ilya Shestakov. He's been stuttering for 34 years, and his parents are stutterers too. After treatment in Арлилия, he corrected stuttering, and it inspired him so that he, an experienced engineer and metallurgist at age 40, decided to change career and become a speech therapist. This year, he comes to study at the Faculty of Defectology, where already studying one of Арлилия members. he also speaks freely. He improvises and appealing to the speech therapists. Please pay attention. This is his third speech.
Меня зовут Илья. Мне 36 лет. Подвигаюсь я с 5-6 лет, как вот себя помню. В самом детстве я помню, было все нормально. Потом в школе как-то потихоньку стало это вот возникать.
Уважаемые логопеды, здесь представители многих направлений. Я, правда, не очень сведущий, насколько эти направления различаются, но, тем не менее, в мировой практике общепринято считать, что заикание неизлечимо, что возникают рецидивы, что это на всю жизнь. Это очень спорный момент. Я бы это, например, сравнил с каким-то хроническим заболеванием, из которого можно выйти из кризиса, но возможно потом, может, не для всех.
I hope that my story and the story of my friends suggest that the main thing, not to withdraw into themselves, contact centers and take a speech therapy to deal with their stuttering. For example, Slava Serov came to Moscow in Арлилия, 3,000 kilometers from the Siberian city of Krasnoyarsk. In 1.5 years, he came to Moscow for 6 courses of treatment and became a champion of public speaking in front of a big audience. It so happened that many times he, together with specialists, participated in conferences with Арлилия speech therapists. It's true, he says confidently and freely. When his speech became normal, then to perfect his speech, he finished acting classes with people who do not stutter. Slava came to us in Moscow thousands of miles away, but I met a girl who lives in the same house with me. The story like in the movies. Do you agree with me? Her name is Paulina, and she's also fixed stuttering in Арлилия. She is here.
Hello, I'm glad to see you.
Okay. Давай.
Меня зовут Вячеслав.
This is Slava Serov, first speech.
Я уверен, каждый из вас слышал актера, который заикается в жизни, но не заикается на сцене. На сцене они яркие, эмоциональные. На сцене они живут. Я хочу быть таким, но не только на сцене. Хочу быть таким в жизни. И вчера я успешно сдал экзамен на курсах актерского